Okay, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate you coming, especially on a sort of rainy, stormy night. As many of you know, I'm Alan Baxter. I'm the director of this production. And my production company, along with Tom Romano and Frank Romano, have assembled this wonderful play. Okay, now, this is the play Dietrich Bonhoeffer, The Last Days. And what I'd like to do right now is have my cast introduce themselves and give me the parts they're playing.
Hi, my name is Justin Schilling. I'll be playing the Nazi Major.
Hello, my name is Gus Ferrari. I'll be playing the part of Eberhard Bethke.
Hi, my name is Julia Genevieve, and I'll be playing the role of Maria von Wedemeyer.
Hi, I'm Liz Marcano, and I'll be playing figure 2.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sharon. I'll be playing the role of Hans von Wedemeyer.
I'm Stu Beinhacker on figure 1.
Stephen Anthony, I'll be playing the part of Sergeant Frederick.
Hello everyone, I'm Marvin Camilo Valentine, and I'm going to be playing the part of Anakin.
Thank you for coming. Frank Romano, I'm playing Dietrich Bonhoeffer.
And now, the play Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Last Days, a play by Tom Romano. A short synopsis. This play covers the last few days of the life of German dissident theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Bonhoeffer had previously stood up to the Nazis and been told to stop giving public lectures. He did not and was arrested. After several months in prison, a letter was found by the Gestapo tying him into a plot to have Adolf Hitler assassinated. And he was moved to Flossenburg prison, maximum security, and condemned to death by hanging. Bonhoeffer, a play in one act. Time, Nazi Germany, April 1945, sometime in the afternoon. Flossenburg maximum security prison. A drab prison cell with off-white walls, 2 rickety wooden chairs, an old table with candles and bunk bed are all the furnitures in the room. One small window with bars on it. Dietrich Bonhoeffer works quietly at his desk, writing. He hears a slight noise, looks up and sees his friend Eberhard Bethke. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German theologian, is wearing an old gray pair of trousers and equally worn shirt. These are his prison clothes. Out of the shadow steps Eberhard Bethke. Bethke is much more handsomely dressed, with a suit coat and a tie. Bethke stops and stares at Bonhoeffer.
I'm so worried about you. Could I even feed you here? You look so thin.
Oh, I suppose, Everhard. It's good to see you. I hardly heard the door open, but you've been kind of a quiet fellow.
My God.
They haven't told me when they're going to do it. You know, when it's my turn. It could be tomorrow. You know, they found the paper tying me to the assassination plot. Come, let's not talk about that. How's your family?
My family. How can somebody stop them? Why can't they? Somebody just tell them to stop.
Not here, Everhard. No, not here.
I know.
I've missed you.
I don't want to lose you.
This isn't the place. And they're probably watching. We need to remain friends. Just friends. And you know I'm engaged.
I suppose so, but I so want to touch you.
Now make you wear the pink triangle before they put you before the hangman's noose.
The war is lost. They don't realize that?
I don't know, my friend.
Hasn't been there enough killing?
You know, I'm thinking a lot of how vast it all is.
We were so close. We should have stopped them.
They'll hear it.
Oh, let them. Damn them. And I don't care if they make me wear the pink
And
triangle.
they'll do it just to laugh at you.
Maybe I'll exchange it for a yellow star. What difference does it make whether I'm a Jew or...
The Nazis want to get rid of all the people that they think are not fit for the right. And guess what? I'm one of them.
And I'm another one. So they let me write? I'm surprised they don't criticize you or take away.
They do, they don't say anything.
Teacher, what do you believe? Sometimes I don't know.
Sometimes I don't know if I believe in God. I just don't believe in the church.
You mean that paper?
What is Christianity today? What is Christ for us today? What is Christ for me today? I mean, look at the church. They hide their heads in the sand. This is no time to hide away. The Lutheran Church needs to act with strength and courage, and instead they hide.
What else do you do when you're confronted with bullies? You turn the other cheek. That's what a lot of them do.
I guess the church kind of wants to make an example of me too, only a different one than the Nazis.
What, by being silent? They're just a bunch of cowards. Dietrich, tell me truthfully, what will happen when this is over? I mean, tell me honestly. I will believe you.
I don't know. Christianity without religion, church without leadership, how could it survive?
Hitler did this.
No. And we did this to ourselves. The Lutheran Church...
The church would sooner see you as a sacrificial lamb. They just want to save their scrawny necks. I ask you, again, where are we headed?
To a new Germany. Only I won't be there.
Look, tell them. Can you just say something? Just tell them that you were wrong, that they were right. I don't care. Why don't you just tear your papers?
Because I can't.
At least try to save yourself.
I can't. My writings will tell others about my thoughts.
Damn you. You're betraying all of us with your silence.
I am not betraying anybody, old man.
You meet people like you, Dietrich. I mean, wouldn't the Nazis pardon you if...
I couldn't live with myself.
Hi Hitler! Hi Hitler! Hi Hitler!
Hitler Youth. Boys wearing soldier uniforms with rifles. Look at them. They're probably being sent to the front. And look there. The leader. The leader looks like an old man. Look! Germany. Germany has no more real soldiers to fight. They're sending children and old men to fight the Americans and the Russians.
Come away from the window!
You know what? Damn them. So they sent the hope of Germany. Oh wait, when would they stop? When there's no one left to fight? No one left alive.
Hey, off the streets, off the streets! Hi Hitler, off the streets!
Hitler's last stand. Who the hell knows where he even is?
Maybe he went into hiding.
Maybe God is helping him.
I can't believe that.
I can. People starving, people dying. And where is God? Where is God in the suffering of people?
Everhard, maybe he hasn't gone. Okay?
Sometimes I lose my faith. Operation Valkyrie. What a joke. Oh, I know. Maybe that's why he survived. He got angels looking out for him. Except for all the people who were killed in the retribution. Think of that. Bonhoeffer, millions of people ordered to die by Mr. Hitler, while God just stands there.
Everhard, I don't want to talk about that.
So, another attempt fails. Our attempt. He's a charmed man. He gets the last laugh. You didn't hear, did you, that it failed because someone moved the suitcase? The bomb was made of plastic explosive. It was placed in full view of where Hitler would sit. Then someone moved it around to the other side of the table leg. The table saved Hitler's life, but apparently killed 3 of his officers. The detonator bomb all worked, but Hitler escaped with only minor injuries.
Well, so the monster is still alive. The Antichrist still roams the earth.
And he's taking terrible revenge on the ones who were plotters. I've heard thousands will be killed if They have it already.
What doctor?
No more talk of this. I think you should know something. Do you realize how many assassination attempts have been made on Hitler? 33. 33! And not one of them succeeded.
I didn't know that.
Have you ever heard of George Elser? A common carpenter tried to assassinate Hitler, Goebbels, and Goering. November 8, 1939. Got into the hall where Hitler was supposed to speak with a detonator bomb. Did it go off? Yes. Henry heavy damage to the wall where Hitler had just made a speech. Unfortunately, Hitler left the hall just before it was scheduled to detonate. Elser didn't bother with Goebbels and Goering because his biggest prize got away. Conclusion, a failure.
I see.
And what about the 1938 attempt by Swiss theology student Maurice Bouvard? Huh? He purchased a pistol, passed himself as a news reporter, and waited in that grandstand for Hitler to come by. When he did, the crowd rose to his feet, preventing him from getting a clear shot. Another failure.
You seem to have lived a charmed life.
A guardian angel watching over the tyrant. How the hell is that supposed to happen? I always thought that people who are good at heart get guardian angels.
Hitler doesn't have a guardian angel. He's just been very lucky.
I'm afraid so.
And he said something about America, too. What's that all about?
The Americans. The enlightened bunch. Unbelievable. Do you know one of the biggest magazines? It's called the Time magazine.
I think I saw a copy of it when I was in New York.
The uninformed Americans. They live their lives insulated in a vacuum bottle with too many riches and too much around them. They had Hitler on the front cover of Time magazine, 1938. And do you know what the caption over the cover said?
No.
It said, Men of the Year. Men of the Year. The American people know nothing. They know nothing that Hitler became chancellor by lies and deceit.
Yes, but in America, the Negroes are harassed by the white majority. And at least they're not being rounded up.
It's too easy to become part of the herd. But let me tell you something. It takes a lot more courage to stand for yourself. Especially when you're alone. Another attempt failed too. Did you hear about the airplane?
Nope.
It was placed on his own airplane, March 13, 1943. It didn't go off. The bomb was of all things, disguised as a brandy bottle. A spring would dissolve in acid, triggering the bomb. It failed to explode in midair, and Hitler landed safely.
There were many assassination attempts. That's all I know. They tried to make me talk yesterday.
They tortured you again? Not again.
I was tied to a chair. They didn't hit me. They just wanted to know other names.
Thank God for that. Did you give them names?
No. They were hesitant to give them disturbed.
How do you know that?
They told me. So, Bahar, as I was saying about how vast it all is when you came in,
Yes.
I think it's bigger than we could ever imagine.
Maybe so. Sometimes I wonder if you have any faith left at all.
Sometimes I think my faith in God is stronger than ever.
Really?
Other days, I just don't know. It's my theological training. That's a joke.
All of it?
Damn weird. There's heaven up there, hell down there. What a joke. But I also criticize the state.
I know you've said that in your writings, but why do you criticize the church?
Because they're running. I said in my writings they need to take responsibility. Okay, maybe not at first.
So why the hesitation?
Well, the state is the one who makes the laws, and out of respect of this, the church hesitates at first, then recognizing injustice, must act.
The church does nothing, even with their social injustice?
I think they need to assess the situation first, then respond. The state must be a reflection of order and just law, and the church must live by the Jesus' teachings and the gospel, and then respond to what the state is doing. What if the church does nothing in response to what the state is doing.
Yes, but what about your response, teacher? Do you think your writings are going to make a difference? Or just bring more persecution on the church leaders?
Everhard, I really feel it's the right thing to do.
I didn't tell you anything more about one of the last attempts, did I?
No?
I heard about it after it was over.
I didn't know about that one.
No one told you. Some of Hitler's own officers were in on it.
I see, Valkyrie?
I don't know much about it, except that one of the plotters was one of Hitler's main generals.
Yes. And what?
Another failure. End of story.
Footsteps near the door interrupted. Bethke looked towards the door. Scraping sounds at the door lock. Bethke walks toward the window. The prison door opens. A pale-faced man, medium height, enters the room. His face is slightly pock-marked. He wears a dark green immaculate uniform of an SS prison guard. He looks at Bonhoeffer and sits down on the prison mattress. Bethke stares, but says nothing.
Hello. Hello, tschüss, Herr Frederick. How's your wife?
Oh, not bad, Father. How are you today?
Frederick lights a cigarette, puffs in silence for a few minutes. He offers a cigarette to Bonhoeffer, but not to Bethke, which surprises Bonhoeffer.
The doctor looked at her foot again. It's healing. I think your prayer helped her a lot.
I appreciate that, sir.
I was beginning to think all the doctors had left Germany. They were dead.
Well, I sent a little medicine your way. Herr Frederick showed me pictures of his children. And look, the eldest daughter, doesn't she look a lot like her father?
You know what I wish, Father?
What?
I could turn this damn thing, this goddamn, excuse my language, this uniform in.
I know.
Would you believe, Father, that now they're shooting some of us? Yes. Now it's Nazis killing Nazis.
Becoming civilians?
Yes. They shot my best friend yesterday.
So sorry.
We ordered him to pull up his sleeve.
The tattoo?
Yes. We all have them. It's how they keep track of us. He was deserted.
So what are you going to do?
What's that?
What are you going to do? What will you do?
Just want to disappear forever. I don't know. 1,000-year right collapses, and you know what?
What?
I don't give a damn. I don't care. Please just let me go home with my wife and children.
I don't blame you.
Yes, Father. You see this? This iron cross? I'm gonna pawn it. A symbol of my devotion to the fatherland. Ha! What did it get to me? Nothing.
You were dedicated, like any soldier would be.
I earned this for bravery under fire. And now I'm a dead man. Just walking around with an empty head and meaningless uniform.
I know what's going to happen when the war is over.
What?
You're going to go home to your family and to your children.
I joined the Hitler Youth at 16. At the age of 21, I was a soldier in the German army. I worked my way up. And it's all gone. What was it all for? Shit, commanding officer.
Scraping in the key lock. The door opens and another guard comes in. He has short black hair and wears a scowl on his face. Stripes and markings on his uniform indicate the rank of the major.
Sergeant Frederick, what are you doing in here? I thought you were down at the other end.
Right away, sir.
You know, Sergeant, it's very unwise to be caught speaking with a prisoner. Don't let me catch you in here again, Sergeant. Don't you know that you could be questioned for this? Well now, Bonhoeffer, were you talking to your little friend again? That guy?
Yes.
Ah, yes, there he is. He's a man of the cloth like you, isn't he?
He is my friend.
Yeah. Hey, you, Becca! Hey, Becca!
There's no answer from Bethke. Beth looks terrified.
What are you, silent? Bonhoeffer has some very quiet friends. Here, I'll say it again. Oh,
Edward, do something.
Ah, so the man has a first name. Well, my quiet fellow, you need to leave. I have no need for priests, or is it ministers? They're all the same to me.
Eberhard, you better leave.
I'll leave when he tells me to.
And this is just in case you didn't hear me the first time, Bethka. And you'd better be gone in 5 minutes!
I heard you the first time, Major.
Major goes out of the cell door laughing. The key scrapes in the lock.
Did you see his eyes? He had no pupils, and then just a stare like a snake.
Shut up! Don't you know he could be listening?
No,
They'll look for any reason to arrest you.
maybe I should stay another few minutes.
You don't want to be here.
I want to be here with you.
They're desperate. They'll shoot anyone.
So let them.
You don't want to face a firing squad.
I don't want to leave you.
Maybe brave, my friend. But it could be difficult staring down the barrels of rifles.
There's a sound of breaking glass. Yells, staccato sounds of a machine gun silence. Bethka goes, looks out the window.
God.
What was that?
It looked like somebody was looking in the building across the street. It's so bombed out a shell. A guard saw him.
And there's no clean water, fresh food anywhere.
Oh, there's none anywhere. Germany is a wasteland. People forage and like rats in the ruins.
Not a day goes by that I don't hear the sound of guns firing. And they're bringing the war right here to this city.
The Nazis have made this whole country suffer so much.
Even the soldiers rummage through the buildings for something to eat like rats. And they get the first priority, though, over anything, including the civilians. At least that's what Sergeant Fiedler tells me.
The key scrapes in the lock. The major comes in.
Why, Bethka, you're still here. Maybe someone needs to teach you a lesson. Well, I think I sent your friend packing. At least I heard you talking to him.
End of scene 1. A light comes on. A younger Bonhoeffer. A younger Bonhoeffer sitting there alone with a man and a woman. The year is 1933.
Nazism does not go with Christian ideals.
Dietrich, what would happen to us if the confessing church criticizes the Nazis? We'd all go to jail.
We need to keep the church free of all Nazi influences.
That paper you published last year, isn't it enough that it criticizes the Nazis?
There's a slam.
Dietrich, you're going to get us all in trouble.
You're all Christians. Isn't it our duty to speak up?
And get ourselves killed? Is that what you want us to do?
Didn't Martin Luther risk death by criticizing the Roman Catholic Church?
Yes, but it doesn't.
He knew what the right thing to do was. He knew he couldn't be silent.
But look what the Nazis do to people who speak up. They disappear and they never heard of them again.
National Socialism is an illegitimate form of government.
Do you
No, just saying something isn't enough.
Do you think your writing is going to stop them? Hitler's chancellor now.
The confessing church was formed to criticize what the Nazis are doing. That's exactly what they should be doing. And my paper was written to object to all forms of injustice.
But it goes too far. If we're all arrested, what would become of the church?
What goes too far? The confessing church or my paper? I don't understand any of you. You want to take a soft approach, and you think this will stop the Nazis.
Dietrich, we just don't want to see the church unraveled.
You say the only way to save the Jews is to convert them. They don't want to be converted.
I was only trying to think of ways to save them. Can you think of a better way? Look at yourselves. The church has become a place for a lot of silent people.
We're only trying to save the church.
These are hard times, Dietrich. I don't know sometimes what we're going to be doing.
The Gestapo have been trying to close the confessing church for a long time. They may succeed.
And yet, church leaders say nothing. All of you say nothing.
What can we do? They beat Jews up in the streets. What if they start beating us up? Can we make a difference?
Church leaders are welcoming the rise of National Socialists in this country.
Maybe that is the solution, to protect the church. Shouldn't we welcome them?
How can you welcome people who are out to do murder? We remain quiet while persecutions of helpless people go on. They're burning synagogues.
We need to be careful with what we say.
Is it God that drives you? Or nationalism? And this is supposed to be Germany's future? To pander to Nazis by creating a Reich church?
Deirdre, can the right church be that bad? It promotes a way Protestants can come together with the Nazis.
Look, Dietrich, I'm frightened. We all are.
Okay. Look, you have the right to be frightened, but it doesn't excuse hiding one's head in the sand. We're not hiding.
We're not hiding our heads. The church is out there, leading.
Then show me! Show me you're leading. Show me your fear isn't making you cowards.
It's easy to sound brave until you're facing imprisonment.
I'm not afraid of arrest.
End of scene 2. The year is 1937. We see Bonhoeffer sitting in a black church in Harlem, New York. There's a black minister talking in the church. He is identified as Adam Clayton Power Sr.
My brothers and sisters, the reality of 1937 is a grim one. Thousands are out of work and are begging on the streets of this democratic country, yes. I intend to do something about it right now. This church will provide a relief fund for all those in need of a few dollars to help with purchasing food. A hungry God means hungry people, oh yes. And I will do something about it, making certain we all have enough to eat. I'm going to start contributing 4 months of my salary to the effort. Who will match my offer here? Can all of you who have the means help provide for those who have no means? My brothers and sisters, yes, oh yes, it's cold out there. People are starving. Giving starts with each of us. Who can?
You put so much effort into making certain your flock are well taken care of.
Brother, the people need me here. They just need something to get them through another day. Times are hard for us. We are like starving invisible. But someday, Mr. Bonhoeffer, we will be like other Americans.
Yeah, like Nazis are beating up people in the streets, and the church does nothing.
Oh, the Ku Klux Klan does that to our people in the South. They may as well be doing it to us here. Oh, they're lynching us by the score, and the federal government does nothing. Governments in the South applaud the hanging of innocent Negroes. I'm a minister, but I'm not allowed in the white churches in the South. Oh no. How can churches who call themselves Christian not allow a Negro to worship with white parishioners? Oh yes, the Klan are the American Nazis.
I didn't know your government side was racist. Because in Germany, the government thinks Jews are garbage. And I've also heard rumors they're rounding up physically and mentally handicapped homosexuals, gypsies, and Negroes. Yeah. Yes. It just seems that your church really does good helping people. And that is what impresses me.
Ah yes, the Abyssinian Baptist Church has helped people here a lot. Roosevelt's New Deal programs are supposed to be helping, but I see very little coming down to us.
But I've heard so many good things about Roosevelt, how he's helping put people back to work with the public works program, right?
Yes, but we need to put food on the table for families now. Is Roosevelt doing that? Look, Dietrich, the police aren't the ones I really blame for our plight. The whole country doesn't care about Negroes. The cops can spout all the hate they want, but they're just a reflection of what the government has been doing to us for a long time.
When I go back to Germany, I'm going to talk about your wonderful work.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. Well, must go. My flock needs me.
Good luck, Father.
Bonhoeffer, these are such hard times. Sometimes I fear my congregants look to me for miracles. Ah, miracles are so hard to come by. I want to be a miracle worker for my people, but I can't.
And Germany is in economic chaos. The Nazis have promised the country a speedy recovery. But that is what I fear. I fear it. They're telling a lot of unemployed poor Germans only what they want to hear.
Oh, I've heard of that name Adolf Hitler, but that's all I know.
I fear before Germany is through, the world will know a lot more about this Hitler.
Okay, well, you take care of my brother.
You, Father.
Sound of music in the church.
Wait! There's a spiritual starting. Would you like to sing with us? Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Woo.
Reverend, I've got a confession to make.
Oh, maybe you were in the wrong church.
No, Father. But I've been wavering.
Wavering? Let me tell you a story, my friend. Two of my parishioners, a man and a woman, were arrested by two cops on charges of vagrancy. Naturally, I went down to the police station to argue with the cops.
So they were released.
Yes, and I'm relieved it ended well. It looked like the police were going to interrogate me as well.
They didn't, right?
What stopped them was the white collar and the black vest.
But not the color of your skin.
Are you joking? That wouldn't have stopped them from beating me up or anything. I look like just another nigga to them. To them, we all look alike. To them, we're all a bunch of pimps and thieves. Yes, believe it or not, brother, we are all like that to them.
Well, my fiancée wanted me to stay in the United States, and I told her I couldn't.
Oh, hopefully she wasn't too angry.
She was really upset with me, but I told her I had to go.
So you see, you don't need to be in Germany to see injustice. I had a confrontation with one of those cops last week. He called me a nigger bastard.
He called you that. In Germany, the Nazis called the Jews kikes, and I've heard them call other names too.
Names can hurt so much more than blows.
Vermin, garbage, trash. A year ago, I watched a Nazi film comparing Jews to rats.
No.
It was called Eternal Jew.
Oh, we may as well be vermin to the cops. They jail us for no reason and beat us and spit on us. We even get beaten and even worse.
No. The other day, a policeman asked me if I was a Nazi, and I said no. And he stuck his face close to mine and said, "You're either a nigger lover or a Nazi, but, we still don't need you here."
So now they use you for a punching bag.
Now, I've seen that. pitiless look of hate before.
The eternal Jew, the eternal Negro. He will still be here a long time with his pride. Long after the hate.
People, they believe the lies. The Nazis blame the Jews for everything that's gone bad, and the Jews are Germany's downfall.
As long as there are innocent people to blame, hate doesn't go away, Dietrich. People start to hate, but conscientious people can make it go away. If you are poor and colored, that's the way you get treated.
Well, in Germany, they've got loudspeakers all over the place. When the Nazis bombarded people with constant messages about how the Great Reich is Hitler's 1,000-year war.
That's a lot of 1,000 years.
And thanks to his secretary, Dr. Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda, he's the one who set up the loudspeakers, and if people hear the messages often enough, I fear they believe them.
How clever. A new way to brainwash and subjugate the people.
But nobody knew what the loudspeakers were there for first. But we knew. We knew.
Yeah, the upshot is that it does no good to argue with the cops. They have it in for you one way or the other. I just don't get intimidated with their threats of bullying.
You'd think they'd have other things to worry about, like criminals.
Yeah, they treat us like criminals. It doesn't matter that there's a depression, huh?
You would just think people would want to help each other out.
You've talked about Nazis coming into the night to arrest you. Maybe that will happen here next. Who knows?
It's so hard to believe this happening here.
You've got to have a scapegoat, my friend.
Of course. That would never be armed people, but the innocents.
Someone to take frustrations out on.
Yeah.
Colored folks are handy to blame for the depression, and they don't even carry guns.
And in Germany, people are desperate.
In times of blame, there's less desperation.
Well, it's just really disturbing the police call you such names.
Yes, they are good at that.
I've got to go now.
Well, my brother, you have to go where you're needed. Are you still going next week?
I've come to say goodbye to you.
Oh, Dietrich, they'll arrest you again.
But I need to give some hope to the resistance. The German church are all a bunch of yes men to the Nazis.
End of scene 3. Scene 4. Bonhoeffer lying in bed, tossing and turning. From out of the shadows steps Hans von Gandhi. The year 1941.
At least you avoided military service and could prove useful to the resistance.
I am so grateful to you. The Justice Ministry got me, Hans.
We have to be increasingly careful in what we say and what we do. The noose tightens more each day.
I know.
Resistance leaders are being arrested and shot. If you're caught, there will be no trial. Only an execution.
Oh no, yes.
The Nazis mean to take over Europe. That is their goal. And they will stop at nothing. But you understand the risk.
Von Gandhi turns on a radio. A voice comes on. It is Adolf Hitler giving a speech to the German people. After a few sentences, people cry out, "Sieg Heil!" in response to Hitler. The men listen to the radio for a few minutes.
Madman. And yet, there's always been intelligence to his madness. And people respond like sheep.
And the same for the church leaders, and they say nothing. And they dare to criticize those who do speak up. Fear can turn people into such cowering shadows.
Von Gandhi switches off the radio.
How was work with your students going?
Oh, my students in parishes around Germany, they're so savvy about the resistance.
Excellent. Oh, I am so glad the Nazis banning you from public speaking didn't silence your voice. You know, I only hope this year of 1941 will bring better news than we've seen.
There's so much I can do.
What do you think of Canaris?
How about that?
Yeah.
The head of the German military resistance is a vice admiral.
Oh, I've got more great news for you.
Yeah?
Since the military resistance has organized, there's talk of talk of overthrowing Hitler and his gang.
Oh, my goodness, that is fantastic news.
Keep it under your cap. Not a word to anyone.
Of course.
I know I can trust you.
I also heard about the plan to get Jews out of Germany.
Oh yes, it's called Operation Self-Defense.
So how does it work?
All right, well, it provides funds to get Jews out by giving them papers so they can pose as foreign agents.
I pray that it will work. The Jews have so little hope.
You know, since they closed Germany's borders, it's probably the only way to get them out now. Some of Hitler's top generals are involved in the plot to overthrow him. So it's not just the resistance.
And I heard they stepped up the transports of Jews to the east.
Oh, the Nazis are merciless, and they do things in such an organized way.
Sometimes, Hans, sometimes I have doubts that what we do can really make a difference.
We all do it. Doubt can make you hesitate. But this is not the time for hesitation. So you don't fear arrest.
Not anymore.
All right, good. So our activities in Switzerland and Italy look good?
Look good, yes. The contacts with the church should help.
Just think, Dietrich, we could get rid of Hitler.
Yes!
And you're free of fear, of war, where we can all live in peace. And once again, where our children can just play and play again.
Amen.
End of scene 4. Fade to black. Scene 5. The year is 1943. A slightly younger Bonhoeffer sitting at his desk. Another shadowy figure joins us, revealing himself to be Eberhard Brecht-Petke. Other figures join us.
You can abandon your precedent views. This one time,
I'm not abandoning my views, Eberhard, but I see so many terrible things the Nazis have done.
so in other words, you could kill Hitler. You could join us.
Always believed in loving one's enemies.
So what are you going to do? Turn the other cheek and pray while Hitler kills more people?
No, I don't.
Dietrich, come to your senses. The killing will continue.
Always believed in the power of prayer.
You can go on praying while the killings go on. We need to act.
And just where did the power of prayer ever take you?
Okay. I'm willing to join your movement because it has to stop. And no one's stopping it. I used to pray that things would just stop.
So I suppose you think God will stop this? Where is God in the suffering of people? Did God help the Armenians escape mass murder at the hands of the Turks?
Hitler is Satan incarnate, and we have to stamp him out!
What do you want me to do?
Goering is supposed to be there, the head of the German Luftwaffe himself.
We did enough research that we know how important this meeting will be.
I only hope no innocent people will be involved.
Dietrich, we have to act now. There can be no going back.
Am I doing the right thing? I don't know. Only God knows.
You know it's the right thing to do.
Ich habe Blut in meine Hände. I'm wanting to kill. I find an excuse to kill that pure evil. I am Romano. Is this the forgiving Christian? With empathy for the suffering and the sick? I am sick, he is sick, and I am impure, a disgusting hypocrite. And I profess forgiveness, and yet I'm contemplating the death of the pure. Am I a fiend? Another cruel killer? I have empathy. Yabol empathy. So much that I'm becoming one of them. Another unforgiving, cold Nazi. And yet, no remorse. Kill for kill. I am venting some inner pleasure. Revenge. And becoming one of them, I deserve to be executed. Spare the innocent. Ich weiß es nicht. The devil must be fought. Run through by my sword. Der Leute sollen auf mich. People count on me. God, forgive me. Please forgive me. He is fine. I am fine. Because I don't forgive. And I don't forget. What have I become? You really think an act of violence will resolve violence?
I think you fail to realize something. You need to change your words to, are some acts of violence justified? And I believe they are. It's a hard decision, Dietrich, but I know you're a man of justice. You do the right thing.
I don't know what justice is anymore.
Look, I know you're questioning your ethics, and I know there's no easy solution.
No, there isn't.
We have to get rid of Hitler and this crazy yes man.
And now is the time to do it.
What's this?
It's a map of the planning room where the bomb will be placed. It's Hitler's inner sanctum. I believe it's called the Wolf's Lair.
It will be delivered in plastic explosives in a briefcase. No one will suspect.
And the Antichrist will be dead.
And do we know who will deliver it?
His identity has to be kept a secret for understandable reasons. None of us know his name, in case someone is captured and tortured.
Torture has a fun way of making people talk. The Nazis are good at it.
Yes.
Believe me, I know you have done the right thing.
I wanted to believe that this is a fair and just world. But I see there's no end to the Nazi evil.
You won't regret this, Father.
Do you understand now why we have to act? The time is now, not sometime in the future.
Yes.
The figures fade. The cell door opens. The SS mayor comes back in. The cell door opens again, and Baxter comes back in. He sits quietly in a chair.
Bonhoeffer, you once told me that you have a fiancée.
Maria Wiedemeyer.
What if I were to tell you that she's here to see you? Well, she'd better not be a spy. You're not going to slip her any secrets, are you now? Maria, huh? Well, I know she won't say much. Now, about your other friend, Becca here.
The Nazi mayor strides forward, pretends to get Baxter.
I will teach you to defy my orders. Now, I catch you in here again, you'll get arrested. Now, get out!
I had some things to talk over with Bonhoeffer.
Go now! We'll see each other again, my friend. Now is not the time.
I'm going. With Goodbye, Dietrich.
Detka picks up his coat and looks around at Bonhoeffer. He goes out the cell door.
Well, that ought to do it. I think I hit him in the right place.
The major goes to the cell door. He motions for someone to come to the door. He comes back in the cell and winks again at Bonhoeffer.
Well, I believe this is her.
The major again motions at the door, winking. A very attractive young woman enters into the cell. Not thinking about caution, she runs to Bonhoeffer and embraces him. She is Maria von Bennemeyer, Bonhoeffer's fiancée. The major goes out, closing the cell door, still smiling.
I can't believe you're here.
They
Maria, what's wrong? What happened?
made me strip.
And then what did they do?
They searched through everything. My purse, clothing, pockets. At least the guard who checked me was a woman. That's all they did. They were probably looking for weapons.
And they didn't have to do that.
It's all right.
So there were no men around.
None that I could see. So you're writing? It goes well?
Yes, of course, the theological writings are taking shape, and this is my summation.
Yes. I see. I see. My nephew talks about you all the time. He misses you.
I've missed you so much.
I wish I could think of 1,000 ways that they would let you go. Why do they do this to you?
I don't know, darling. I'm worried.
Worried?
I'm worried about you being here.
I would rather be in here with you than out there.
Sweet darling.
I can't bear it. The waiting, worry. Why won't they let you go?
They won't.
So they dragged you down with them? They destroy Europe. And now everything and everyone else.
They don't know what they're doing.
I heard some terrible news yesterday. And then some good news from the captain of a local SS unit.
What news?
He said that Albert Speer, Hitler's henchman, was ordered to blow up Germany.
What? How did you
He
know
heard
about
this from someone who was with Hitler. Apparently, Hitler has gone underground. Speer disobeyed Hitler and didn't do it.
Thank God. Underground? Where?
He has a bunker somewhere in Berlin. Apparently, he was saving it for just this time.
So, he wanted to destroy everything and leave nothing for the future while he waits underground. Nothing for the children. Just a wasteland.
He's a coward. They all are when their backs are to the wall. What did they do? They disappeared, go into hiding and live comfortably. I hope the Allies capture him soon. I hope they string him up. I won't be quiet. Damn him to hell. And don't tell me to be
They
quiet.
could be listening.
I don't care if they are. At least if they arrest me, I could be with you.
No, you wouldn't, Maria.
I wish I could die with you.
You need to go on, Maria, regardless. Remember what we talked about? We wouldn't go together anyway. They'd keep us apart.
Just to torture us.
Yes.
I wish that plan had worked. Why didn't God let him be killed?
Darling, please don't bring this up.
Now he hides in his bunker while Germany falls around him. The Great Fear.
And Maria, I don't hate him anymore.
How can you say that after what he's done?
I've tried to forgive him.
Did you forgive him because you're a minister and that's your job?
No, but we'll all be equals in the eyes of God, Maria.
Sometimes I wish you stayed in America. You'd be safe there. You wouldn't be facing this.
So who's safe? Who's safe? Mine?
No, for our sake. Were you even thinking of us or just you?
I don't think it's fair of you to judge me like that. I came back because I felt it was God's will. I just felt I needed to be here.
God's will, God's will. We could have been safe in America. Could have been married by now.
Blame you for being angry about it.
I just don't want to lose you.
Don't worry.
And now I will. I'll be left alone with everyone else to pick up the pieces of what was once Germany.
I know.
You know. But how does knowing get you out of this?
I just needed to.
Surprise. They let you right here. I don't want to say that this is the last time that I will look upon your face.
Not the last time. We can still write to each other.
But you're the man I love. Don't you realize what you've done? You threw me away. You put your work ahead of
But
us.
there's nothing more I would have liked than to have been married by now.
And then what? I lose my husband? He offers himself to the Nazis like a sacrificial lamb?
You haven't lost me.
But I will. And they will kill you. And for what? Did you do this to me deliberately, Dietrich? Do you want me to feel sorry for you?
Maria, why would you say such a thing? And you know it's not true.
Isn't it? You'll just keep working quietly at your desk on all those papers until they come for you. Isn't that right?
That's all I got. And I don't have you. They're just papers reflecting my feelings on theology and the church.
And they let you write? Or while you're sleeping, they're spying on you. More ammunition for the Handman's news. What if they tear up all your papers? What good did all of it do?
It's my only chance. My only chance to reach out to the people. To give them support, to let them know where the church is going.
Dietrich. I had a dream last night.
And what was that?
I dreamed that we were living in that little house. That little house that the Americans call the white picket fence. You know, the one we always talked about? The one in the small town somewhere in the United States.
I remember.
And I was pregnant. Carrying your child. And you were so happy. And do you know what? The doctor told us it was a boy.
Yes.
Then we got into a quarrel about what name to give him. I wanted to give him an American name. I think Christopher or William. You, however, you wanted a German name and insisted on the name Heinrich.
Heinrich. It's not a name I would think of at all.
I remember we were practically shouting at each other, almost like insults. I'd yell, Christopher, to which you would answer, Heinrich, Heinrich.
Okay. Now how did it end? Did I take you flowers and we go to dinner?
We made love. And it felt like the first time. Better stop that, mister.
All right, yes, sir.
Other things. Oh my God, what is that?
Nothing.
I ask you, in the name of God, what was that?
Nothing. Nothing. I couldn't see very well anyway.
You're lying to me.
I didn't want you to see that, Maria.
Why did you lie to me that it was a firing squad?
I don't know.
To spare me somehow? Don't you know how often I've seen death in this damn war? Humans are all alike. See, you're protecting us little dainty women.
I just wanted to spare you. I'm sorry, Maria.
Well, Mr. Minister, you don't need to protect your little nun. I assure you, she can take it. The great Mr. Bonhoeffer. Hey, do you think I'm good? To watch you go to your execution and not say a word?
Maria, stop it.
Not say a word. Just sniffle quietly while the lamb is led to the slaughter?
Stop this!
Watch them put the blindfold over your face. And then wait for them to kick the bench from under you. Then your body's sweating. Oh my God. Dietrich, when did everything go so wrong?
I don't know.
I mean, with the world. When did selfish, greedy people want to conquer everything and leave nothing?
Because our imperfections and our void are taking over us, which can only be tempered by the return to God.
What will be left of Germany, of Europe?
The war is almost over. Americans and Russians are winning. Just a matter of time. But really, what's more important is that we learn to heal ourselves, and healing comes only from God.
But what will be left of the Germany you knew?
I don't know.
You won't be here to witness it.
But remember, when I told you I was working with Reverend Powell in New York,
I remember.
he wanted me to stay in New York, stay in his parish.
Then why didn't you?
I saw what was happening in his parish, the way American Negroes are being treated. I would have thought that here, but in America? So I stayed and worked with him.
But you would have been safe there. A German immigrant would have been safe there.
I needed to be back here, Maria. The Nazis were tightening things more and more.
And soon they'll be tightening your news. I'm sorry, Dietrich. I didn't mean that.
You meant it.
Dietrich, please forgive me. I sometimes say things I shouldn't.
Well, you have the right to be angry, Maria.
No, I go too far. Say hurtful things.
I have days. I wish I wasn't here. Days that I questioned my God, my decisions, everything. Sometimes I wish I could see America again and free the land where you would just leave us alone.
I know from your letters. I knew it. Even though you sometimes would hide it, what you were feeling.
There were days when writing would get me out of that, especially letters I wrote to you.
I know. So many times just talking to you would make my day better. I know your writing got you through bad days. How important your work was to you. It's just that.
I know.
What was
Noise
that?
outside.
What was-
Lettermeyer and Bonhoeffer looked towards the cell door.
I don't know.
It almost sounds as if someone was listening to us.
You have to be so careful in here.
But we're not talking about top secret things.
No, but they'll be checking in on us and listening to see if they can find some reason to arrest you.
Dear God, do you think they have listening devices in the
I
cell?
don't know.
Then, how did you get that cut?
Yeah, shaving yesterday.
They let you have a razor?
Sergeant Frederick loaned it to me. The major was out for a while.
Did you give it back to Friedrich?
Yeah.
One small door.
It isn't
One
much.
small window.
It isn't much, is it?
I'm amazed you can even breathe in here.
Prison door opens, and the SS major comes in. Maria Bennemeyer goes to the cell door. The major.
Well, Bonhoeffer, did I miss your little friend? She's gone.
She's out in the hall.
Oh, I'll bet she doesn't want to leave.
Couldn't I just stay for a few more minutes?
Well, your little friend needs to go. It's time to go to bed. Too bad you'll be without her tonight.
I'll go. You're a crude and insolent man. Goodbye, Dietrich. I love you.
So with God, I love you too.
Well, Bonhoeffer, Got to go. I hope you had a lovely visit from your, fiancé.
End of scene. A few hours later, Bonhoeffer lies sleeping in his prison cell phone. A vision appears behind him. Maria, music, a church, people sitting in the aisle. A man and a woman walk slowly towards the front of the church where a minister stands. The man is identified as Bonhoeffer, the woman as Maria von Venemeyer. She is dressed in a white bridal gown. He is in a black dress suit with a white flower in his lapel. They walk slowly toward the minister. They face the people in the aisles, happy. The minister is smiling. The couple stop in front of the minister. And do you, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Maria von Venemeyer, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife. The scene fades. The figure of Betsy appears, angry, judgmental.
Why didn't you say something, Dietrich? Why didn't you stand up for yourself, defend yourself? You could have lied, you could have said anything, and they would have spared you. You have let the Church of Germany down. They have so little to go on now. There is no leadership.
I wish this damn war was over. I want to go home to my family. I don't blame you for what you tried to do, Bonhoeffer. I understand why you tried to get him. Sometimes I wish I had killed Hitler. I had chances to, but I couldn't. I just want to go home to my wife and children. And maybe I'll get a chance soon to get rid of this uniform.
Operation Valkyrie failed. How many assassination attempts did Hitler escape? Some of them before he became leader.
Well, he leads a charmed life. Why couldn't one attempt have succeeded? All it took would have been one. Just one. God deserted us, Bonhoeffer, and now they have you. I hope they don't torture you, and you tell them everything.
Can you imagine how many people will die if you talk? I've heard some of the Nazis hide cyanide capsules in their coats, so if things get too hot and heavy, they check out, just in time. How great for them, not so good for justice. Maybe that's what some of us should have done, have pills sewn into our clothes.
The figure is faded. Bonhoeffer is staring uneasily in his bed. The figure of the Nazi major appears.
They're going to hang you for what you did, Bonhoeffer, and you deserve it. I hope before your death we torture you so much that you reveal the others. However!
The major's figure fades, and the figure of Maria Venemeyer appears.
Don't get tired and depressed. My dearest Dietrich, it won't be much longer. The war is over. I have searched so long and hard for you. Dietrich, no one knows what happened to you. No one at Flossenburg prison knows where you are. I think they know where you are, but they won't admit it. Cowards! Last night, I dreamed of our house in America with a white fence that's still waiting for us. I know it's just a symbol of what we could have had, darling. There was even a gentleman who showed us inside. And Dietrich, it was so beautiful. The kitchen was spacious and the living room had a fireplace where we could hold hands on cold nights. And there was a master bedroom with lots of room and the sunlight streaming through big windows. I know a house like this may sound stupid and irrelevant to you, but it's important to me. Dietrich, a place where we can live without fear and start over. Then I woke with tears streaming down my face. Where have they taken you? My darling, what have they done to you? Why didn't you listen to me when I begged you to stay in America and not come back to Germany? I look for you everywhere. And I pray that we'll be together again. Forever.
The figure of Wedemeyer fades. Bonhoeffer wakes up, looks around. He's crying.
Oh, happiness believed in pain believed in heaviness, and you went away from me. What should I call you? Anguish? Life? Blessedness? A part of myself, my heart? The past? The door was slammed. What now remains for me? Torment, delight, desire? How I so rend you. I don't like that thought. I'm afraid to show this to Maria. My hopes, my dreams for a new life, all of it on pieces of paper. So much of it unrealized. After a year and a half in prison. But what if it were to all go away? What if the Nazis declare all of it wrong and take it away from me? What would I do then? So many letters of hope. Hope.
Key scrapes in the lock of the prison cell, and it opens. And in comes the Nazi major.
I thought I heard the word hope. Hope for who, Bonhoeffer? For you? For me? Hope in your imaginary world? Your imaginary friends? Your girl, Maria? Your friend, Becca? But who's really real in your world?
What do you mean? They're all real to me. They wrote letters to me and they came here to see me.
Bonhoeffer, it seems like a few months of solitary here has confused you. There's no one here that's been to your cell since you arrived except for me and Sergeant Frederick. This is Flossenburg Prison, Bonhoeffer. Maximum security.
No! No, it can't be. They're all real. They're here.
Yeah, sure, Bonhoeffer. Anything you say. I've read your letters. We all have. Oh, just in case you might be conspiring again, but, you know, we just couldn't let a would-be assassin like yourself know that. Sure, I know about some of your friends and your fiancé from those letters. I'm so sorry. The letters you sent from here were, well, let's just say, we humored you. We let you think they were going somewhere. Oh, we even intercepted a letter that was from your fiancé about living in a house with a white fence in America, no less.
Why couldn't you have at least given me that letter? I needed something. Something to hold on to. Just a chance. And we talked about that house.
You don't get any chance, Bonhoeffer, because you don't deserve one. Yeah, I've got to say, one thing here, Bonhoeffer, I think I did a pretty damn good job figuring out where your little friends were in this little prison cell. I even pretended to hit one. Playing along with you has been fun.
I deserve to know the truth! My whole life has been preaching against liars like you! Go ahead! I don't care.
You're funny, Bonhoeffer. I'd have arranged torture for you just because of your impudence, but I was talked out of it by my superiors. Lucky for you, priest. But do not talk about the Fuhrer like that. He has been good for Germany.
He's brought the destruction of Germany. How can you say he's a great leader?
Because Germany had high unemployment and he got people jobs, damn it. He put the German people back to work.
Right. Back to work in the munition factories. Rearming Germany for war.
Criticize all you want, Bonhoeffer, but it is you, not me, who faces the consequences of your actions. Look, Bonhoeffer. When I was 17, I joined the German army. I knew this new movement called National Socialism was what Germany needed to get her out of the terrible depression and high unemployment that she was going through. I joined and I saw so many of my friends join because we all believed in him. When I was in my 20s, I was in the German army, the infantry, but I was seriously wounded in battle. I wanted to continue my career being a soldier, but instead was appointed to be in this prison system. And I don't look back. This prison is a rat hole. But I'm more than happy to see the people who end up here get what they deserve.
I once felt the same for the Lutheran Church. Then I realized I was being led astray by people who claimed to be religious. And when faced with the consequences, they chose to shrink away to the cracks like cockroaches.
Don't confuse me with your church, Bonhoeffer. The Fuhrer has been good to me. You know what I was before I joined?
No.
I cleaned toilets for a living. I scrubbed floors. I was a common janitor. A nothing. People will call me to clean their shit house, and that's what I did.
Yes, but at least you were an honest man.
An honest man.
Yes.
An honest man. By whose estimates,
Mine.
Bonhoeffer? I was a nobody, always jumping to somebody's beck and call. And people treat you like garbage.
But you weren't a nobody, you were somebody.
No, I wasn't, Bonhoeffer. I was a grain of dust to be ground under somebody's shoe. Now, I had watched other high-ranking officers like Joseph Goebbels go from nothing to something. Do you know what he was before he joined? A bank clerk. A nothing. Scarcely on a higher plane than me. A club-footed little scrawny weakling of a man. You know, I saw how quickly he rose through the ranks, and I just wanted to be just like him.
And now he captivates the German people with his propaganda and lies.
Maybe I didn't personally care for him, but his speeches were almost as good as the Fuhrer's. And he kept the German people excited by the promises of what would have been a 1,000-year Reich.
No government will last 1,000 years.
But it would have changed the world, Bonhoeffer. It would make people sit up and look and say, we have made a lasting legacy. People would have remembered us long after you and I are gone. Look what the Fuhrer did for Germany. We were a great country again, and when we return, we'll be admired by the world.
A legacy of hate, and in the end it will all turn to dust. And the only eternal reality is God's love.
Those goddamn rich people that I served for so many years fixing their plumbing and unstopping their toilets. They'd curse and swear at you to get the job done, and I would meekly say, yes, sir, no, ma'am.
Well, I think it's okay.
They're all gone. Bunch of rich Jews. Yikes. And I cheered when they were all rounded up, taken away. And now, they're all dust. Tell me, Bonhoeffer, who had the last laugh? Have a nice night.
Hope. 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 What is this damn hope? Hope from my father, my mother, friends, and my fiance, and me. All this hope to what end? How good will it do me in the long run anyway? My hope for the confessing church. So many theologians are afraid of the Third Reich. They raise their hands meekly and murmur, "Sig Heil," when a Nazi official appears, and then bow. Sometimes, when it's late at night, I hear the sound of guards laughing, and I wonder, when their shifts are done, do they go home to see their families? Do they play with their children and kiss their wives? Surely. They have human feelings and they take time out to enjoy the holidays. Faith. My faith. I realize now that God and Jesus are not a part of the church. They're alive and well outside of the mainstream power hierarchy and hypocrisy. And that includes the Lutheran Church. So much of the time I thought my faith was being tested. Now I realize that with the church I had no faith. And to hell with the Lutheran Church! And to those ministers who cower in fear and let monsters loose to do whatever they want. My faith rests in the eternal of God's love and forgiveness.
End of scene 5. Lights up. It is morning. Bonhoeffer waits to be called. The Nazi major stands behind him. Bring the prisoner forth.
Well, Bonhoeffer, I guess it's time to meet your God. Does that make you tremble in fear?
No, Major, I'm ready.
Too bad. The end has to be like this.
No, it's not the end. It's the beginning.
Prisoner, you will walk forward to the white post and stop. Close off.
I need to stop for a minute.
Why are you shivering?
I'm cold. Almighty God, please love and protect those that are dear to me. I love them so much. Please look after them.
Bonhoeffer gets up and walks on into the silhouette of a gallows. Dietrich Bonhoeffer was executed in Flossenburg prison April 19, 1945, exactly 30 days before the prison was liberated. He is widely read and is considered one of the greatest theologians of the 20th century. After learning of Bonhoeffer's execution, Maria von Wedemeyer moved permanently to the United States. She was 53 years old when she died in 1977. In 1967, in Bonhoeffer's memory, she donated some of the letters she had exchanged with the theologian during his prison years. She donated them to Harvard University Library. Bonhoeffer, however, bequeathed almost all of his property to Bethke, except for a memento that Maria could choose from, and could choose from Bonhoeffer's estate. Moreover, Bethke, while Bonhoeffer was in prison, married Bonhoeffer's niece, Renate Schleicher. Finally, the following are the words of Bonhoeffer, who lived and died believing, quote, "Silence in the face of evil is itself evil. God will not hold it guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act." The end. That's it.